jobs that are making more money, and fewer Arkansans are on social benefits. They are working. And we have proven that we can lead in entrepreneurship, agriculture, global retail trade, and technology education. You might ask, why is growth, opportunity, and education so important? Our thinking is often shaped by our life experiences, and a quick glance at my life explains my passion. I was born to John Malcolm and Coral Hutchinson. I was the youngest of 6 children. My mom and dad were hardworking farmers who did not have a college degree, but they valued learning and worked hard so their children could have more opportunities in life. I'm delighted that many of my siblings are here today, and I take pride in our heritage and what we have been given. I enjoy talking with young people, and they often ask, when did you decide that you wanted to be governor? Of course, they are thinking that I planned all of this out early in life. The truth is that when I was in the 5th grade, I wanted to be a farmer just like Dad on the Spavinaw Creek. When I was in high school in Springdale, I worked in Welch's grape juice factory. I was happy there, and I had no real plans beyond high school. I was persuaded to go to college, but I did not know what I wanted to do in life. I picked my major, accounting, because it was the first major listed alphabetically. My senior year, I was inspired by a debate topic on government wiretapping and went to law school. My dream was to become a lawyer who helped people and served the cause of justice. The desire to impact my community led me to run for political office. But it was much later in life that I dreamed about the possibility of running for governor. And it took 8 years longer than I'd hoped to get here. But in my life, it was education that inspired me and gave me the lifelong desire to learn. And education gave me opportunities I never dreamed would be open to me. And so when I speak to the next generation, I remind them that life is not always planned, but in some instances it unfolds. And it unfolds in unexpected ways as learning leads to opportunity. In the last 4 years, we have improved opportunities in Arkansas through education. 4 years ago, I said we needed to teach computer science in every high school in Arkansas. Today, Arkansas leads the nation in computer science education. It started with an idea, a modest investment, and legislative support. It now sets an example for states from California to North Carolina. We have focused on a reading initiative so that students in grade 3 will be reading at grade level. Fundamental principle. It is our reading initiative for student excellence, or RISE. RISE is in over 300 schools, and it is creating a culture of reading with our students that will form the foundation for a lifetime of learning and opportunity. As governor, I have marketed the state of Arkansas on the global stage. I have been to Cuba, I've been to Germany, I've been to China, I've been to Japan. But you know where I first visited all of those countries? It was through books as I was learning and growing up. It is reading that is fundamental to all of the learning that we enjoy. We have raised teacher salaries in Arkansas. We have adopted a higher education funding formula that rewards student progress and achievement, and transformed secondary education to offer students a chance to pursue their dreams through workforce training. And while we have invested more in education, we have a mandate to have a balanced budget in this state. And well, we have done more than that. Working with the legislature for the first time, the state has a real savings plan. We have changed our state budget from one that spends it all to one that creates savings for more difficult times. We now have the long-term reserve fund. Current balance is over $125 billion. I like to learn from history. Through history, we know that our future is brightest when government does not stand in the way of entrepreneurs and small business owners that want to grow and create jobs. Over the last 4 years, we have done exactly that, with more than 80,000 jobs being created by industries located in Arkansas or expanding in this state. Our job is to create an environment in this state that encourages and rewards job creation and higher wages. I have always promoted a growth agenda in Arkansas, and the people understand the energy and the hope that it brings. We cannot let them down. And that brings us to this time in the story of our state. Let's not this moment in history pass us by, but let us work together for success. Together, let's make history by reversing the trend of high taxes in Arkansas. Let's make history by transforming state government. Let's make history by raising teacher pay to historic levels and focusing on a growth agenda that allows Arkansans to prosper. Yes, today is just a moment in time where life and history are intertwined. Governing is shaped by the times in which we live. For our first president, George Washington, it was forming a new government and setting a pattern of selfless service. For our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, it was preserving the Union through his own resolve and sacrifice. For Franklin D. Roosevelt, it was bringing our nation safely through the Depression and war. For Ronald Reagan, it was the need for an economic resurgence and winning the Cold War. For George W. Bush, it was 9/11 attack and fighting the global war on terrorism. How will our moment in history be defined by the time in which we live? We only see in part now, and what we see is exciting and filled with opportunity. We live in a time of technology, and we are not only preparing our young people to work in the tech industry, but we are bringing the tech industry to them. Their future opportunities, from blockchain to data analytics to cybersecurity, are right here in our state. We live in a time of expanded global commerce. We are supplying the global marketplace with our rice, soybeans, beef, and poultry. And our retail industry leaders are competing in the world of e-commerce and supply chain logistics. We live in a time of millennials and Z generation who value privacy and the sense of community at the same time. Arkansas wants to attract the new workforce who wants downtown living, kayaking, and bike trails. And sadly, today we live in a time of division. Our nation has differing views on seemingly everything. This is not historically unusual, but the shrillness of the division distracts us from getting things done. Our response in Arkansas is to lead by example. We can sort through the differences and find the place of agreement to make a difference in life. That, to me, is the essence of public service and governing. These are things